Welcome back, Reeds crew. How are y'all doing today? This is a hair tutorial for Harmony. My bad, I done dropped the camera. But all I do is put water on it. I spray it real good. Make sure that it's pretty saturated so when I brush through it that it doesn't mess up her curls, but also it's kind of detangulates. You know what I mean. Honestly, like I use this little brush and I just brush through it. Sometimes I will have to, of course, brush the ends first, but I haven't brushed her hair since I took it down. So now I'm spraying it and brushing through it, making sure it's all untangled because her hair does get tangly a lot. But I mean, she has curls, so what curly headed person doesn't? My hair even gets tangly because it's curly. But yeah, I just brush it through it real good, make sure all the tangles are out before I even try to run a comb through it. Mind you, don't run a comb through any curly hair if you have not brushed through it yet with a brush that is for curls. This is my Curly Q milk shake stuff. It works amazingly. It actually smells like chocolate and she loves the smell of it, but I got it off Amazon, so but it actually works really good for moisturizing her hair. I also use this this pink oil moisturizer. Like I said, this is always my go-to. I use a good bit of it. I end up separating her hair in parts and putting it all throughout it. And I just saturate it real good. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna get it right too. But I just saturate it real good and make sure that it's all good and rubbed in. And then I brush through it, of course, again to make sure there's no tangles. And I also use this. I love this. It's, to be honest, it's a real sticky pasting kind of stuff, but it works for her curls. It gives them real like definition, but I also just run it through just a little bit, not a whole lot, and run it through with the rest of the products that I had already put in her hair. And then I just comb through it with the comb because now there's not many tangles. If they are, it's from me running through it. But I'm going to part it into a triangle at the top of her head. I know it's a little hard to see. I'm going to get a tripod soon, so it'll be a lot easier to do hair tutorials. But I'm parting it into a triangle up top. That's what I'm doing. And the triangle coming to the point towards the back. I always comb through it and comb on each side to make sure that it's real good and combed. And see, that's how I parted it on each side. And then I brought it to a point in the close to the crown of her head. I gotta take it back out because I noticed the part was messed up, so that was my bad, y'all. But I fixed it, so now it actually comes to a full point because I actually had messed up because it didn't come to a full point. I like to use the comb with the point on it. It's a lot easier to part. I used to use just a regular comb, and I learned that that was way harder. I'm actually putting gel in her hair right now. I know I don't show it at first, but I will show it in this video because I forgot, to be honest with you. But it's Eco Styling Gel. And like I said, I'll show it in the video. And then I just twist it with 2-strand twist all the way down and make sure that you do them tighter so when you put the rubber band on it and it loosens up that it doesn't come all the way apart. That white stuff is just a little product built up, which is fine. Like I said, I just rub it on in and I mean for more extra moisturizer. Then I just put a rubber band on the end of it. And then I parted this and I put the line all the way to the tip of the other little ponytail I just did. And I always make sure that I comb it out real good. And when you're combing, make sure that you're holding on to the hair so it's not snatching from her scalp. And like I said, put gel on it. There it is. There's the gel. But I also brush her edges in up to the ponytail to keep them where I don't actually have to redo her edges in the morning. And then I just put the rubber band on it and tighten it up and twist it. 2-strand twist. And see how the edges kind of just go around and go up into it? That's why I use the brush. All right, now I part it from the tip of the other one again, kind of down into a triangle shape. It's kind of bigger. A lot of people tell me all the time that they can't part, but practice makes perfect. That's all I can say. I mean, if you're at least trying to make sure your kid's hair is done, hey, so be it. Do what you can. But, I mean, at least try. Don't let, especially having a little mixed girl, don't let their hair just be any kind of way. Take care of your child's hair. I mean, it'll pay off in the end. And then they always have beautiful hair, so make sure you just take care of it. 2-strand twist again, and I'm gonna do this on all of her little ponytails. And I did ponytails instead of actually doing it to the scalp, just for something kind of quick and easy. But also, my bad, y'all, but also they do last a good while. And I mean, if I have to do any, most of the time I will have to redo the 2-strand twist, because they do get frizzy. I mean, that's just her hair, I can't help that. But other than that, the ponytails pretty much stay in pretty good. So see how I parted it again. And like I said, I always comb through it. I know I'll probably say that this whole video, but I always comb through it. Of course, put the gel on it. Around the edges of her hair is where I put the gel. 9 times out of 10, that's the only place I normally put the gel, unless it's other hairstyles. But in this case, I do it so it gets all the edges in and into the ponytail. But yeah, back to what I was saying. This is just a quick and easy hairstyle that lasts. And I'm all about good hairstyles that last and that's protective on her head. And long as you cover it up at night when they go to sleep, I'm gonna be honest, this hairstyle lasts for at least, I mean, it could last up to a week, honestly, in her hair, depending on how good that I keep her hair thing on at night and if it doesn't fall off. And see how that other one over there had loosened up? That's what I was telling y'all earlier about doing the twist tighter. And then once again, I just part some more. And when I did this, I honestly just went with it. I didn't know what hairstyle I was doing. I just knew I was going to do the little ponytails. And I just went. I mean, all the parts are just off of just doing something. So never think that it has to be perfect, because it doesn't. I mean, long as you have parts in your kid's hair, and I mean, it can be all over, different types of parts, squares, triangles, circles. It doesn't matter. Long as, I mean, it'll always turn out right. I mean, just do it. That's all you got to do. I mean, don't be afraid to think that it's going to look bad, because 9 times out of 10, people's going to say, oh, you know, their hair is pretty. How did you do it? Or, she has such pretty hair. I mean, there's so many times that I just went with something and thought it looks okay, but she got the most compliments from that hairstyle. So, like I said, don't be discouraged when it don't turn out the way that you wanted it to. Long as it looks decent, hey, run with it. I know that's what I do. I got so many kids' hair to actually do. I mean, I love doing their hair. Don't get me wrong. I love the different styles and things that I do with it. But hair's time consuming, to be honest. And I try to do quicker and easier styles, especially if I'm, running behind. Like, for instance, this hairstyle took me 30 minutes. That's everything, like with the bows and stop and kind of talking and stuff like that. It took me actually 30 minutes to do this hairstyle completely. So if you want a 30-minute hairstyle, here goes one. And I'll start doing others like twist and braid hairstyles as well, so y'all can see how I do those. And always remember just to make sure you comb through. I've actually been doing her hair since she had hair. I mean, at one, she didn't really have a lot of hair, but by a year and a half, she had a decent amount. I mean, okay, it was not decent, but she had I could twist. I could make one little twist in the front or the top of her head, and I could do like a little ponytail. But hey, it worked. And now look at her hair. Her hair is long and beautiful. And she's actually had a few trims from dead ends. And she loves her little hair. I do too. She has such beautiful hair. I tell her all the time. She's even had kids pick on her in school about her hair being frizzy. But like I tell her, baby, your hair is beautiful. Don't ever let nobody tell you your hair isn't. So yeah, like I said, on the edges, I do the gel. If you notice, I did it on all the edges that I've done. Except, actually, I don't think I did it on the front one. Or the middle in the front. My bad, y'all. I know my hands are in the way. But you get the concept of what's going on. Y'all, I know y'all can't hear this, but in the background, our 1-year-old is yelling and screaming at the other kids. Because he wants to come down here and get into what I got going on. He's standing right at the gate. All right, so this one, I decided that it was just too big because I did 2 smaller ones on the other side on the back. So I'm just going to take this one down and separate it into 2 and make 2 actual ponytails instead of 1. Just so it kind of blends and don't stick out so bad. And see, of course, like everybody says, oh, you do hair so good. Or like, especially like when they see Harmony's hairstyles. But in this little, thing, I actually made a mistake where I felt like it didn't look right. So I just, corrected it and made it actually look better and blend in a lot better. It does look nice though. It's turning out very well. She's telling me about her day at school, what her teacher said. Y'all, what y'all don't know about Harmony is she loves to talk. She'll talk your head off if you let her. Not really, but just a figure of speech. But she does love to talk. I guess all girls do, really. I was just rubbing a little bit of extra moisturizer in that was on the side. This is the last one, guys. And then I'm going to add some extra stuff into her hair. Here's the finished product before I add the bows in. And see where I separated that 1 into 2 right there on the left side. And it matches these bottoms right here on the right side. It looks lovely. I'm going to add these bows to her hair. She wanted something extra in her hair, so I'm going to add these bows real quick. Now these, you just hold one in, wrap the other ones around it until it gets tighter, and then you loop it over the other. In this case, it's a little bow, so you loop it over that, and voila. I just kind of figured, like, got to move them around to get them situated just because they are actual bows. I normally use the little balls, but yeah. And voila, just like that. And I just got to do this on all the rest of her hair all over, and yep. I accidentally unloosened that one just a little bit. Y'all, she's so patient. I know I done said this in one of my other videos, but she is sitting here being so patient. Like, this is what I love about doing her hair. And I don't know, I'm 100% sure it has something to do with me doing it while she was young, starting very young, that she doesn't whine and cry and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know I'm a stern parent, but still, like, she actually still sits here pretty good without me having to get on to her a whole lot. I was having to tell her to turn her head so I could see it, so y'all could see it in the camera. Because I could see it, but y'all couldn't. See how I just twisted it around and then hooked it on there? That's all you gotta do. It's that simple. Just like that. And hook it over. It's fairly easy, and these are cute, and these, to be honest with you, remind me of a little girl. And you don't have a, updo hairstyle that I feel like makes them look older. This makes them look like a child, like they're supposed to look. And, I mean, she loves it. And I know all kids love the bright, especially little girls, love the bright colors in their hair. And it's just cute to them. So don't ever think that you shouldn't do this in your child's hair. Because I promise you, they're the cutest little things. And do it. Do it. That's all I'm going to say. Just do it. I'm getting close to being done. That one just ain't working with me, right? So I look so crazy in this cam. Yeah, I got my double chin over there. But anyways, back to her hair. So yeah, you just wrap it around, and then, like I said, loop it over it. Got a few more of these. Hey, Hezzy. Bye, Hezzy. I'm just adding some clear little bows to the end of her hair. Some little, I don't even know what them things called. I actually had put a white one in just then, but I'm actually thinking about doing white and clear. And I actually realized that I only have a bunch of clear and I only had a couple white. So I'm going to go back and end up taking the white ones out because I just noticed that I don't have many white. So, yep. Hey, skinny, no wearing shirt, Hayden. This is it, y'all. It turned out so beautifully. Look at it. It looks so good. I end up adding a little flower right there, a little purple flower, because I ran out of the little bows. I didn't realize I didn't have enough, but it still blends in and still matches. So I so forgot this styling mousse. So I'm just going to add it to the edges to keep them laid down. And I do this before I put her hair thing on, the first day that I do her hair, so that it actually kind of, I guess, sticks per se. Kind of just how mousse does to my hair. It just kind of holds it in place. And then I'm going to put her hair thing on and put it not too tight, but of course tighter so it doesn't fall off. And then in the morning, her hair literally will look the exact same as it does before I put the hair thing on. Y'all, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. Thanks.